I guess here we are. Welcome everyone who's here at the end of the stream. We're going to go over some runes, and I guess this is just going to be uploaded on YouTube or whatever. So let's start. First of all, Conqueror is probably... We're going to go through all the variations of Conqueror. Domination, we're doing it for the sustain. This is pretty much everything. This is my style of doing it. And there's gonna be builds after it as well. So this is when you want sustain. Inspiration. This is when you want movement speed. There's a specific build for it too. You're using approach velocity, and the build will make sense once you see it. You can start guessing in chat. Inspiration is spellcaster. You're changing it for 45% CDR. You're gonna be rushing 45. And you're gonna like constantly cast Q over and over again, and well, it speaks for itself. Resolve, this is I guess the more generic type of rune page. It has your defensive stats that you're gonna want, and you'll be, once like level 10 passes, you'll have almost 100 resistance for each, so this is pretty good for that. Resolveful split is you doing nothing but split pushing. So you're probably gonna take TP as well, and Trinity Force, Titanic Hydra for the press the attack, and you're just gonna take as many towers as possible. And you'll be like heavy on resistances as well because of conditioning and your build as well. We'll see. What else is there? Alright, sorcery is, it's for scaling, sure, but let's be honest here. There's a reason I don't use sorcery on Darius at the moment. My games are being decided before 30 minutes, and that's when sorcery starts to shine. Your transcendence is starting to become something. Gathering Storm is gonna hit 30 AD. This is for after 30 minutes. Problem is, my games is all about what happens before 30 minutes, so I can't use this. It won't do me any good, so I can't use this. But if your games are longer than 30 minutes, this is a good rune page, I guess, if you're going for Conqueror at least. Okay, and after that there is this rune page that I've used a couple of times. Now I know what it looks like. Where's Triumph and stuff. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but Dark Harvest, it's good. The problem is, if you're stuck in a dead lane, you can't stack it and it becomes useless. But if you stack it, then Dark Harvest is actually a good rune. But if you can't stack it, then it's pointless and it won't do anything. You might as well just take Conqueror into full range comp. But if you can stack it, if you can get stacks early game, then it's actually a pretty good rune page. You could also like start by flash R-ing someone, and hoping that the Dark Harvest and your all damage can eliminate them, and it will count towards your Noxian Might. So that's pretty cool. And the resolve is to make up for the damage you're not gonna take. So yeah, Electric is garbage. Might as well. If I was gonna take the Electric, I would just go into Dark Harvest instead. So yeah. If you can't stack Conqueror, it's useless as well. True. It's annoying, I guess. This is also for late game, but like I said, my late game is like, what's late game when the game ends at 25 minutes, you know? So it's like pointless. And there's also one more late game rune page that I do, which is this. Now, as you can see, you have the speed, you have the scaling, and you have the resistances. Problem is scaling. My games end before 25 minutes, so it's like it's good, but it's useless for me if that makes any sense. All right, let's go to items so that you can mix and match your stuff. Where is Darius? Okay, so I know a lot of you don't like the build. I know a lot of you think that the build is kind of troll, some builds. So I created a standard one which you can agree on and you can't disagree. Which is this one. You got your cleaver, obvious reasons, whatever boots you want, and gauge. You have your Sterak's gauge. It's what everyone pretty much wants. You got your movement speed from Zizirot's portal, your magic resist, and your armor. And you start dooring double Dorans, also refillable whenever you can. Now, for spellcaster, you want this because you're going for as much AD as possible, but you kind of want to have some kind of resistances. But I guess this doesn't really work too much. Wrecker. Because it's... Okay, I mean, come on. Grasp does go into late game anyway. I know it's like early game for your trades, but it helps during the late game too. It goes into late game, so I guess it's good early and good late, depending on how many times you proc it. Movement speed. Alright, you got approach velocity. You're going to be proccing it with Bork, and you're going to be proccing it with Randuin's. Now, I can't simply explain that this is an okay build. I have to actually play it and show you guys that it's okay. Because you're looking at Bork on Darius and you're like, no, we ain't doing this. So I actually have to show you that it's fine. Unfortunately. Domination, like I said, sustain. Got your Death Dance and Spirit Visage. You also go and Conquer. So when people are bleeding, you heal off it with Death Dance and Conquer. Also, you also have a Mortal Reminder to negate anyone who's bleeding that is from healing, basically. Also, Spirit Visage, obvious reasons. I ditched Randuin's because I was thinking, what would you rather do? Actually have the movement speed to catch someone, or take 20% less crit damage? But sometimes, like, it's not a question. If Jhin is overfed, you have no choice but to go Randuin's. So yeah. There's the alternate rune page for domination. The domination tree. This is where if you think this is a bad item, then okay, alright, don't take it. You can take Randuin's and you can take Sterak's Gauge instead, and you still have a lot of healing and stuff. there is the Dark Harvest build. You're going heavy AD. You want as much as the AD as possible because you're planning to nuke someone. You're planning to completely obliterate them from the team fight. I'm talking about an ADC, basically. Yumi's, I guess you could change one of these for Youmu's, but because you have like no resistances, that's why I go for Maw, I go for Death Dance, I go for Zizirot's Portal. Sterak's Gauge is like, I guess I need the HP, you know? I know what you're thinking. The lifeline items. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. When it comes down to it, when one of them procs, you're gonna get both life grips. So you'll have the 30% tenacity, and you'll have the spell vamp, lifesteal, and AD. So it's still fine. Obviously, double Dorans as usual. Resolve alternative. This is just like the standard rune page. Okay, yeah, this is basically a standard rune page. The resolve full split, because like you're only splitting, you don't need Randrin, Spirit Visage, and stuff like that. You just want to take the towers. So yeah, that's that. And when I was thinking about the sorcery tree, I was thinking about how you could maximize the use of Transcendence, and this is the build I could come up with. Problem is, let's be honest here, who has time to play a 30-minute game? I mean, yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it. That is an expensive build, isn't it? Yeah, that is a expensive build. I mean, of course he was gonna see Oathbreaker. Of course he was. There's no joke. He was gonna see it. We trolling at this point. Okay, yeah, I get it. Sure. I mean, it's a really expensive build, but Jax has an expensive build as well, and he's rocking it like a charm. And I guess there's a crit build that I couldn't come up with a good crit build. Just forget about this. Forget about that. Just forget about it. But if all else, if it looks like trolling, just stick with this build. All right. It's standard. Everyone is happy. You got all your crap. If none of the builds fit you, this will. Always will. And I guess that will be that will be the item set and runes. My voice is going. Okay.